Hello and welcome to another weekly episode of the Be Your Fridge podcast. On this week's episode, we preview the final.
Real beer, real brewery, real opinions. The Beer Fridge podcast.
Sure, real beer, real breweries, real opinions. The Beer Fridge podcast. As always, when you listen, make sure you subscribe. Hit that ding-a-ling-a-ling to be notified of every single episode. You can show your support by giving us a 5-star rating. You can show your official support by going to the link below and signing up to our Patreon. You get every single episode early. Doosh. My name's Gavin. I've got my drinking friends. Blah blah blah. Callum, Scott, and MD. Good eve.
Good evening, fucker.
Hey ho.
Hey ho, hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. Start off as I normally do and see what we're drinking to kick things off.
Let's go around the table.
Callum.
I'm full ho tonight. Hose. There's some hose in this house.
Ian.
I'm far too wet. I'm far too.
One of them.
I'm far too white to make a comment like that. Yes, I'm drinking.
It's a shame that you're
rather
hot blooded.
I know. I'm drinking a rather large bottle of Ho Garden wheat beer brewed with coriander and orange peel. The original Belgian wit since 1445. And that's not 43. That is the year 1445.
He's on one tonight.
Four of my taxi already.
Strap in. On in.
Scott, I think you're on the same. Are you not?
I am indeed on the very same beverage. Enjoying a whole garden. These were purchased to go.
By Scott, thank you.
Yeah, to a tasting thing that ended up, or beer school thing that ended up not happening. But I had to, because it was the 1 week the fucking supermarkets near me, despite having had them for every other week, it was like, and I can't even remember the philosopher that came up with it, but it's the Grand Theft Auto rule, I call it, which is whenever you go looking for fucking something, you can't find it anywhere, and then once you've got it, you see them everywhere. I couldn't find a bottle of Whole Garden for love nor money. You normally can't walk past them. Can't move for them in fucking Morrison's, but I ended up buying some off Amazon, and little did I know, not even felt them in the box, fucking scrolled them away in the garage and came across them at the weekend when I was tidying stuff out to go to the tip. That it was fucking 750ml bottles. So I dropped off a couple to the guys because I thought if there's two people locally that would be able to shift 3/4 of a litre of Ho, it would be these two. So dropped off a couple of bottles. And I've got a couple as well. It's excellent, isn't it? It's the perfect festive beer. Whenever I saw them in the garage, and I remembered a certain small rice-shaped person who went to a pub, a local watering hole in Edinburgh, and asked for a Belgian wheat, no, this very one, but a Belgian wheat beer, and was astonished to find that somebody chucked fucking half an orange in it alongside it on one. I think it was a pre-festive beer session anyway. Right. It seemed to suggest it was seemed to remember it was a festive beer session anyway. But I got 3/4 of an orange, not Terry's, in his beer, and I thought it reminded me of when I was opening or looking at the whole garden. I thought coriander and orange peel would be a good memory to bring up. So it's perfectly pleasant. Good, absolutely smash. Well more than 750 mils. It's great. Very pleasant. Very light. Tasty.
I will.
It's all the correct marks for a wit. It's probably not as wheaty as some others. A bit easier drinking maybe than some other ones, but I think it has that kind of flavour.
It's probably, as we've said a million times, the change in palate and all the rest of it. But it's been a long time since I've had Ho Garden, and I remember it being like wheatier, like more substantial tasting. I don't know whether they've watered it down since. It's a distinct possibility, but it's still lovely. Yeah, very pleasant, very refreshing.
Nice.
Indeed.
MD,
Enjoying.
you on the same?
No, I've got it sitting, but I might own it. You know, I do like. I was going to say something else there, but I do like a wit beer. I'm on the last can of an old Bruiser box from Kirkstall, and this is a Judicious Juicy Pale Ale at 4.8%, and it's supposedly. I'm going to say I'm taking supposedly back. It's the best beer in the box by quite a long way.
He's gone.
And this is just I feel like it's a supermarket pale ale. Whether you get it in a supermarket or not, I don't know, but it's nice enough. It's got a bit of
Best of a bad bunch.
The box for me was like all the beers done what they were like what the can said they were. It's just there was 2 beers out of 10 that I would probably pick up if I was looking to drink like that particular style of beer on that particular day. And a mango IPA is not one of them. A passion fruit and yuzu IPA isn't one of them. Fucking chickpea and I can't even remember honestly it just so it's nice just to have something that's I'm going to call it bog standard. It's a refreshing pale ale, 4.8%. It's just
that kind of box isn't what you're after for a surprise, though, is it? Really?
And I get it. It's part of why you have like why the mystery box is what it is. You know, you never know, and that's my thing for not picking someone that I would want to drink or whatever. And the showcase of the beers are fine. Do you know what I mean? Like there is going to be a group of like pale ale enthusiasts that want to try cucumber flavored pale ale and want to try. We had dragon fruit and something. There was a yuzu number in there as well. There was the honey, the nectar pale ale, which was actually okay, but I wouldn't have ran back for it. I wouldn't have gone and grab it if I seen it in a bottle shop or anything like that. So yeah.
Did you get the standard IPA? I thought that was all right. I didn't think that was bad. I tried it on Sunday. It wasn't bad. It was just a bog. It wasn't anything like it wasn't labelled as anything, no fruit or anything, and it was either a pale or an IPA. It was nice, perfectly pleasant. But I like you. I opened the box with kind of a bit of trepidation after you having said that's what it was, and that was what was in there. And I was being selective because I've already got a fridge full of stuff, so I was being selective about what ones I wanted to bring in, and none of the fruited ones made it into. They never made it up the stairs yet. They're still in the garage. So
no, I wouldn't rush to get them. To be fair, like,
has anyone actually ever had a good yuzu beer? I just avoid them like the plague. I just hate. I've never found one I liked.
I remember a Mikkeller one that wasn't bad.
Hey, but more on a
while ago,
more like something along those lines.
It's like super intense lemon, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know, it's a sour.
I've just not had one I've ever liked ever.
Well,
I'm sure I just think it's one of these. It's one of these flavors that's been in vogue, and you know it's cool to have. It's cool to have this because it's Japanese and it's exotic, and we're going to put it in our beer, but it's not. It tastes like dog shit. So. But it's fashionable to have it in my beer, so I'm going to brew a yuzu beer.
They're obviously looking for like what do you
like
do?
These folks that pretend to like sushi.
Sushi's excellent. It's like you spend a lot of money on do I spend a lot of money on a million lemons trying to impart X amount of flavour because there's so much water in it, or do I get this concentrated version of it and then I get to put something fancy on the can in terms of the ingredients is a wee bit more exotic than your usual fruit, and it's supposed to impart a wee bit more intensity of flavour, I would think. But give me I'm wanting lemon in my beer. I'll either have like a damn lemon because I don't know, I'm having an off day or I'm rough or something like that, or the Mike's Hard, the Vault City. I'll take my hat off to the hard lemonade was excellent, and as is Mike's, but you can't get Mike's here. Mike's Hard lemonade in the US is excellent.
I can't. I'll not share it.
News update.
News update.
Here's the news. New bar in Leith opening up or taking over or whatever it is, relaunching, whatever it may be, in Leith. Mark's potentially been down and seen it himself. Fort Bar in Leith has its opening on Friday the 12th. So this Friday, they're going to be, it looks like most of the time they're going to be, because there's a video on social media this afternoon with Barney's, Moonwake, and Pilot. So it looks like they're going to be pouring those guys for the most part, which is good to see. Nice. I've never been in there. Is it an old place taking over, Mark, or is it completely new?
It's just a new place getting it.
It's good that they've made sure to update the fucking Google Maps. That is grim.
Aye, it's it was needed a wee bit of TLC, I think, is the nicest way, but
good grief.
It's nice to see the three breweries. I was going to say down that way, but obviously Barney's are technically Summerhall. But it's nice to the Edinburgh guys are all kind of clumping together.
Pretty good. The thing is, you don't.
Man, is it?
It's probably mere.
Oh, I know what it is.
You look at other breweries that should kind of team up together and just kind of take over bars, so to speak. And
that is a fair whack up at the road, is it not?
It's like, what do you call it?
You
I
need
can't remember the name of the street.
South Fort Street, but is it that wee bit the car? Like if you keep driving, if you come out to the road end, keep driving along that road, you do end up at Leith Walk eventually, but it's getting miles away.
Well, that's opening up on Friday. If you fancy a jaunt,
Christ, that's a jaunt. You get dropped off. Hey, the tram's only going there.
So I don't. It's not. Am I right in saying it's not actually the breweries that have taken over. It's like somebody else has done it, and then the breweries are just selling their beer in there. Obviously,
I think that is the kind of interpretation I got having. But
at least they're selling local stuff.
The thing is, Leith is like, if you go down to Leith and drink, you're like, it's one of the only bits in Edinburgh that you can almost guarantee like some independent local beer is poured on most bars, whether it's Campervan, Moonwake, Pilot. Do you know what I mean? New Barns. So,
which is good.
That's very good. Very, very good.
So go and check that out if you're around that area.
You seen the only other just when you're talking about Leith, two things quick. One, I don't know if we've got anybody in the podcast that can read. Argonaut Books. I know it's not beer related, but fuck it, it's independent businesses. Argonaut Books in Leith managed to fend off Waterstones. So Waterstones wrote to them a few weeks ago saying that they were going to open, or let it be known that they were going to try and open a new store of the many millions of stores they've got in Leith, basically right next door to where Argonaut Books are. It's a pretty big independent bookshop in Leith. And after everybody flocked to their support, Waterstones have let them know they're no longer pursuing said venture. So that's one for independent businesses, which is good. And then the other one, just on the kind of foodie beery type thing, is Browns of Leith. If you've not seen any kind of the hype round about that place, it's getting a really good write up. It's an old metal works that they've turned into a big kind of high ceilinged, super exclusive version of a like multi outlet venue with kind of seats in the middle. But it looks kind of higher class, like fancy. It's got a nice coffee place inside it, and some pizza and some other food. I think there's guys making, if it's Balbun's or Callum's favourite sushi or something like that. I think there's loads of different or a few different independent venues inside with seats in the middle, but it seems like quite a cool spot. Another place to add to the Leith haunts alongside your usual Chupters and all the kind of places, and Campervan and various other bits and pieces, Moonwake. Leith, go, tram.
Cooked food.
No out to the place that's open on Friday, right? fucking heightened bag in your bits with you if you're going out there. But you can get the tram into that.
If you're going in Edinburgh, if you're a local, like Edinburgh city centre is pointless now. It really is. It is an absolute waste of all kind of space.
Well, the new Christmas market on now.
Well, aye, the whole anything like even like the old town, like there's very few good venues. Like the new town, it's all the same shit. Like I've got to admit, like if anybody listens to this and like takes any recommendations, like I would go to Glasgow, I would go to Stockbridge in Edinburgh, I would go to Leith in Edinburgh, or I would go up towards like Morningside and whatever.
Aye, south side.
Get the fuck out of the town. It's pointless.
You've seen the same 6 beers on every tap.
Anything else anyone wants to shout out?
I've got a random one I was going to bring up, but like later. But I suppose it fits the news because, and we'll see what everybody thinks. But so there was a like this wee kind of article thing that came out this week from Carlin of all people.
Good guys.
Aye. Or part of Carlin, and it was saying that the headline was craft beer must evolve to win back younger drinkers, and it kind of goes into kind of sort of some data points based on the whole Gen Z tasting, like no drinking as much and all that kind of carry on, and saying that it's craft beer is going to have to change its kind of path, its philosophy to try and attract new drinkers. And I kind of just wanted to kind of
become ketamine infused.
Well, I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on that statement. The other one is the fact that it came from Carlin, which again is another bit of a laugh. But I suppose my question is, do you think craft beer itself is in a place has it ever really been a young person's drinking space?
No,
I don't think so.
100% Goulville.
Nor is fucking Carling. Carling is the staple of the 52-year-old Jake Ball that sits in Witherspoons and balks at the idea of spending $150 on a pint of beer. So goes to Witherspoons and gets their $149 pint of Carling.
Yeah.
So how much it is though?
I was being facetious.
Oh, yeah. I thought you had been in.
Right times. But it was funny because like the whole article, and I'll send it through and you can read it. Like, but like their whole thing is kind of based around Gen Z, like not frequently visiting kind of tap rooms and all the rest of it, bottle shops, pubs, and all the rest of it, and
but they're buying Carling.
Well, they're not as such, but I think it's more of a way of kind of saying that, look, this whole thing of craft beer, and I hate that term, like I say, I'm trying not to use it, but like this whole craft movement within beer is kind of not really where young people are wanting to drink and stuff. And
is it that though? That's where they want to drink? Is it just they're getting pushed to the likes of Witherspoons because the fucking alcohol duty and wages and stuff, and the pints of beer that the stuff that we want to drink is like £7-8 a pint. Whereas,
that's exactly my point. Like if you think back to our uni days, were you really bothered what lager went in your glass?
No, you couldn't get that.
You were worried about what the pricey it was, and that's and we're from a culture and like where we did drink when we were 15, 16, 17, 18, and I appreciate the the youth of today are not drinking as much as obviously we did and generations before did. So
Another reason the country's fucked.
So the point around it all is the fact that I'm like, I've just never really seen like craft as a young person thing. I think you've got to find your taste buds in terms of, and that was like, it was the exact reason why this podcast started, where we started to try different stuff and all the rest of it. But we had, dare I say, served our time drinking the Fosters of the world and the Tennants of the world and the Carlin of the world and all the rest of it, and we matured slightly up to premium lager and whatever, and then it was, oh well, let's see what else is kicking around. But I just found that the article it was a wee bit fucking ironic, and about the fact that Carlin were trying to push the fact that craft beer needs to change slightly to
because they're sitting there all right at the top. They can absorb these alcohol duty and all the hikes and rents and stuff and wages, etc. Whereas the reason why craft brewers are having to change and be more flexible and do different things is because they can't afford to fucking for all that shit that I've just mentioned. They're having to be flexible and come up with new ideas to get not just young people, just people through the door in general. Regardless of the fucking age they are. Because I guarantee after April, you'll see fucking plenty of pubs and that vanish.
Well, that duty thing that's going to hit again is unreal. Like, and the fact that there was I don't know if I'll see if I can find it. There was a really cool snippet. It was like done the rounds on LinkedIn like about fucking 3 weeks ago, and it was based around the cost of a pint and where the money goes.
Mm-hmm.
And and it was so funny when you're looking at it, and it was like and the pint was like a $5 or something, which like how many places you get a pint for a $500, and it broke it down in terms of where the money went from a generic bar. And broke it down, and right at the bottom, it's like the brewery that makes the beer, and it's like peanuts, and the biggest chunk of it was government.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you were just like, I'll tell you boys after we stop recording. Like, I've got a few things I could say, and I can't because I'll get in trouble. But so some of it is like it's actually, I'm saying it's unfair. It's not, it's business, and that's the whole thing. But like, I had a conversation this week where like I was just like, I physically can't do this because of pricing and whatever else, and it's just it's mental, the money that needs. And when you're talking about the big boys being able to absorb loads of stuff like that, I just found it, and that's why I think I wanted to bring it up, because the fact that it came from Carlin Partnerships, like group thing, and I'm like, and I get it, they've got to act like they're playing the game and all that kind of stuff. And it was probably not somebody within Carlin that wrote it. It was probably them just kind of piggybacking off it. And I do think independent beer should be more easily accessible, but I actually think it's the education around different styles of beer should be implemented, and like from an earlier age, because when we grew up, if you said beer, what would you think of?
Well, you just think lager.
You would think lager, unless, like you say, for the most part. But like I know, like Callum, I know your dad and that drank like Best or whatever like that. Also, you would either think lager, or you would think a dark beer of some kind. Like, so you're probably talking of two styles of beer. Like, and obviously the more we've learned about this, and the whole point of people listening to us is that like there is how many styles of beer? Like thousands, realistically, hundreds of different styles. But you never really get that without diving in. And I think the more curiosity, like the older you get, the more curious you are with this particular stuff. You try different spirits, you try different wines, you try different stuff. So that education aspect should be built in earlier, but no one's going to do that because it takes them away from buying Carlin and whatever else that makes money. Anyway, I'm getting off my soapbox. I'm going to open a 750ml bottle.
No, but you're right. You're right, though. They did, like you said, the big boys and try to play the game. But there's, I reckon, the state of affairs and the landscape of beer this time next year will be a bit different, and there'll be breweries that we love right now that might not be kicking about because they're just going to get shagged with the duty and the fucking wages and everything.
Well, the national insurance, living wage increase, duty, EPR, and there was another one that are all going to have all went up in the last 12 to 18 months, and every one of them has an effect on a brewery that makes beer. So, anyway,
Fun.
Welcome to the Beer Fridge Tax Cast.
Oh,
You
yeah.
let me about. You were looking at me side on for mentioning Argonaut books. Fucking hell, man. We're straight on to...
Oh, yeah. I love coming on this podcast. It's a right laugh.
it's being so cheery that keeps us going.
I'm going to start. What I'm going to do, I'll do the real beer podcast myself and record it, and then I'll snip it and send it to the world. And then when we come out the actual podcast with the four of us, we can just sit and get pished like we did sitting in the pub. So
I've got a couple of new beers to talk about. You ken I'm all about things. I'm all things Japan. Like everything to do with Japan, I'm writing about it. And
here we go. You found a yuzu beer, have you? Or a rice lager.
No. Our friends at Beak have collaborated with a brewery called Uchu Brewing. Now, Beak apologists will remember. I don't know. I don't know. Beak apologists will remember the beer Cosm.
Yes.
With their IPA. Their IPA. They've collaborated with this Japanese brewery to make Big Cosm. An 8% dipper. It's got Strata CGX, Idaho 7, Nelson, and Citra. So grapefruit, sticky herbal notes, dried orange peel, pineapple, and lemon drop. Not a yuzu in fucking sight. So looking forward to trying that. And a wee correction required for beertoday.co.uk, font of all beer related news that we get on this podcast. Track have collaborated with Dissolver, who are American brewery, but not from North Carolina, as they say on the old website. They are from North Carolina. This is another dipper, as you would expect from Track. This is NZ for days. It's got Nelson, Racal, Rowaka. Yeah, but it sounds delicious, this one. There was another I wanted to have a. Sorry, I've had an update.
They two are right up your street market, you know, hazy.
Hazy for days.
Decent percentage.
No, an 8% or any more. Like, fuck it, I'm over them.
Yeah, fucking grander.
Oh, I listen to fucking teabag beer guy. Get what I mean?
So Scott mentioned a few weeks back about the finalists for Pub of the Year, the camera.
Yes.
And there was one in Musselburgh, which was
a Stags.
Well, they've also announced this week there are 4 finalists in its Club of the Year.
Oh, God.
Now,
Lava Ignite.
Well, not to be confused with, like, the Twig or, you know, that kind of club.
Is it the working men's, is it?
Yes. This is the old-fashioned social club of the year. So
quarter gels drunk at Thimbles, is that
quarter gels, Buckfast on Optic, you know, that kind of vibe. So I wanted to go through the finalists, right? Appleton Thorn Village Hall in Cheshire.
All right.
Previously an old school, the building dates back to the 1800s and was converted into a club in 1978 when a group of villagers noticed a need for a central meeting place. The club has won overall Club of the Year 4 times. Aye. And boasts a wide range of cask beers from independent brewers plus real ciders and perries.
Nice. Perries sounds
next
good.
On the list, Orpington Liberal Club in London, run by a committee of cask beer enthusiasts. Is there ever a group of people you
That's
want
the
to take
camera.
less?
That's the camera Kagools, isn't it? That's full. That's...
Oh, yes. This club has a particular focus on local breweries and microbreweries with up to 5 cask beers available, including a stout or porter, and a changing range of real ciders and perries. Perries seems to be a theme in these places.
Aye. What is
Live
with
music is a
vintage
key
clubs
element.
and Perry's?
Yeah.
Live music is a key element of the venue, which hosts Orpington Jazz Club. Again, where do you know want to go? The club runs beer festivals twice a year. The next one, just to tick another box, is
Any is that?
what this one and one more.
Uh.
Fourth Cheltenham.
Finalists.
This one has won Club of the Year 3 times. And the
Imagine entering again once you've won it 3 times.
honestly, the first sentence says it's won it 3 times. The second sentence talks about the fact that it's decorated with motoring paraphernalia. So that's the most important thing. It's not the beer. And finally, and this is my pick. It's the one that I would go to out of the 4 for obvious reasons. County Durham.
7th Heaven working men's
No. It's called Billingham Catholic Club.
Okay.
Okay, so hosting weekly band nights and supporting the local live music scene, featuring in the Good Beer Guide for almost 20 years. It's gained a reputation for its ever-changing cask beer lineup. There you are. Billingham Catholic Club.
Wet dog.
There you go.
Be there or be square.
Old Kagools.
Favourite haunt of altar boys everywhere.
Yes.
Aye.
Stars done Club of the Year yet?
What?
I saw a video. They were talking about them having won or been up for Pub of the Year, and there was an English guy went there on Instagram to have a pint, and I could hear. I didn't actually hear it, but I could hear the lunchtime drinker who was definitely in there at the time going, "Who's this fucking?"
Oh, I think I've seen that video as well, actually.
The fuck is? Oh, it's full of history. Full of fuck off, man. Fucking voice. Get the fuck. How is this cunt found Musselburgh?
Exactly. Right then, so followers of the podcast will know that the People's Choice Brewery of the Year award has been ongoing for the last however many weeks.
17 years.
No, it feels like it sometimes. Putting it all up every bloody day. And we've ended up at a final 2, but the matchups that we spoke about last week, nothing that we predicted actually fucking happened, to be fair. Well, or did it? I don't know.
You were going for the Pipeline Marino?
I think Callum was heavy Pipeline. I know I did say that, didn't I? I was okay, aye. But anyway, so Umbard and Verdant was one of the matchups. Umbard were beaten, surprisingly. Verdant made it through. Beak beat Pomona Island. Full Circle were beaten by Track, and then Pipeline were victorious over Tempest, which gave us a final 4 of Verdant, Beak, Track, and Pipeline. And to make it through to the final, which is being voted for as we speak on the 9th of December, is Verdant and Pipeline, which at the very, very start is not a final I predicted whatsoever or thought we would get to. So we've basically got a Southwest formal matchup.
I was going to say they're right on one of those back doors, you know?
They're 40 minutes apart. So, give or take.
Wow.
What are they on?
Both cracking breweries, but only one of them has been a guest on this podcast, so that'll be who we're supporting. So
well, one's been a guest, and then one we've visited.
I've visited both.
No, okay.
You were in the summer venue, you know, for you did go to Pipeline to get actual beer, didn't you?
Aye.
You picked up. I remember you in the church hall at the summer venue. Was
right.
it the church hall, the summer venue?
Aye.
Either pop-up bar in St Agnes in Cornwall.
Well, good to see it. To be fair, matchup as it stands right now, there's going to be a runaway winner, which we will announce on next week's episode. So aye, it's been a good one. It's been fun
Just a
as
win for the
always.
underdog. Not likely, but I was kind of hoping it would be a win for the underdog.
Well,
Is that you opened a penny? It's got a lovely wee green bottle there. I've not seen it there. Well,
what we've found what we've found is it normally is one of the kind of smaller, lesser known breweries that tend to win it. So if Bayonet, Heist, I say that bloody the Stuart last year, they're pretty damn big, to be fair.
Bayonet's one that
but
I've underserved this year. I think that's every time I see his posts, I'm thinking that would taste fucking absolutely delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And then he buy it. I'm an arse. I should go and that's what I should have done. I should have paused my subscription and went and bought some Bayonet.
Incidentally, he won some awards.
Award. Yes. Yeah, good. Rightly so.
So did
Beers
Stuart.
are excellent. That's
Stuart
what
are a lesson to
the
bigger breweries.
Aye.
They're a lesson to the bigger breweries to invest at least time in your social media presence, because that's the reason that breweries do well in this, because it's all social media. It's got nothing to do with the quality of the beer. The fact that a brewery makes it on our list of 64, take it as read that they're making cracking beer, or it wouldn't be on there. And then it's down to them to promote it as much as they can and get their customers to vote on their social media, and that's when breweries do well, a la Bayonet. They take it upon themselves to share it left, right, and centre, and they develop a following and get some people to get involved. Whereas the bigger breweries, they've maybe not got time, or they don't devote as much time or resources to their social media presence.
It's good to see. No, you're right though. And it tends to be, and in fairness to Verdant, the last 2 rounds they kind of shared it and stuff. But what you do to carry on your point is the ones that kind of get on board it straight away and build up through the weeks and through each group. It tends to be those ones that win it at the end. So looking forward to seeing who the winner is. That'll be on next week's episode. We will announce it officially, the winner, and the trophy will be shipped off to said winner. It's going Cornwall regardless. So it's going in that direction.
Does that mean you can hand over it?
I could do,
but you could hand over it, right?
I could do. I could just book some work down there, to be fair. So why not? Oh, what a shame for me.
Quel dommage.
Indeed. Right, let's lighten things up a little bit more before we go into more deep dive chats with a little bit of Dunkel.
What the Dunkel?
Making royalties.
I know. Every single time
He
I play
looks like you. Every time I look at him, I keep thinking he looks a wee bit like you.
Who, me?
Aye.
What the Dunkel?
If we give you a shave,
Where?
a shave, a shirt, and some glasses, and that's you there.
No, it's no.
100%. You're the.
What the Dunkel?
I'm not having that.
That's a tough gig.
If I gave myself a wee parting, then maybe.
That's you.
I suppose I could get a wee. Anyway,
you're too close.
some classic BBC Radio 1 content. Long. This big
Is that still going?
Well, obviously. But if you're a listener about 10 years ago in the afternoon, it was Scott Mills and had probably one of the best bits of radio content available at the time, and Innuendo Bingo. Here is the one clip from said segment.
Williams has got the racing news for us.
And jockey Paddy Brennan has clocked up his 1,000th jumps win in Britain and Ireland. He was riding Colin's sister.
My dad's called Colin.
I'm sorry.
Nice.
And I'll give you a couple more from classic Innuendo Bingo.
Let's head over to Radio 2 to find out Richard Madeley's weekend plans.
I will be spending tomorrow building a brand new barbecue, having friends over for late afternoon nosh in the garden.
It's a classic.
It's so brilliant because also of the way he says barbecue.
Now we're going to a documentary about the Spanish resort Benidorm on ITV. Now thousands of Brits go to Benidorm every year.
Yeah.
Water, please. After hearing this clip, I can understand why.
It's not the exercise I'm bothered about. It's just this path. It's so narrow that every time a lorry goes past, you look like you're either going to get sucked off or end up in somebody's bush.
Yeah.
Aye, very good.
Oh, here we go. Maybe we should just play the music and just the Davy dance myself. Right, let's talk football. Let's talk football. Scotland obviously made it to the World Cup next year. Yes. Only thing that's a wee bit shy is, well, the group is what it is. But anyway, is the kick-off times, which is a wee bit shit. For instance, our first game is at 2 o'clock in the morning. Our second game's at 11 o'clock at night. And fairness, our last game is at 9 o'clock at night. Now, this fucking, it takes us that long to get back, and we want to enjoy the pub. And guess what we probably can't do unless we extend licensing laws. Probably not going to be able to watch it. A wee bit shite when there's a chance for all these pubs, especially with what we said, well, the duty and stuff going to be hiking up to get punters to the door, make a ton of money for what, the 3 games. Potentially not going to have it now because, well, I know they've said in England they're going to extend licensing laws somewhat, be a bit more loose, but I can't see them keeping bars open to 4 in the morning.
Aye, they will.
Lock in.
Late license. Go full.
Yep, late licenses. They're going to have to. They're going to have to, or there'll be riots.
I can see it happening up here until, like, I think the 2 o'clock window will be opened up for the late game at 11, but I just can't see it. Like, there'll be certain places that will have late licenses anyway, like if it's club or whatever, that might be able to turn into it. But it's just even more of an excuse. If you're semi-interested in football, just go. Like, just go over. Like, it's simple as that. Like, rather than like, let's be honest, we're all used to like staying up. Like, we're all NBA and NFL fans.
Ah, exactly. That's prime time for us, right?
We watch games at 1 o'clock in the morning every week, so it's no big deal.
The annoying thing is that
the problem is that
the East Coast as well. They're on the East Coast and they're starting one at 2 in the morning. Get your phone. It's no good. It's a bit trash, but it is what it is. And folk will definitely stay up and watch it. And people will have been. That's the annoying thing is people will go out, have a skin fee. There'll probably be something will kick off or whatever, and then they'll go back game and try and watch it, and all everybody will
fall asleep.
They've been on the go since the same time.
Yeah.
Like, it's like when we stay up to watch NFL or whatever, you didn't start well unless you're starting with the NFL and then moving on from there. If you're watching the basketball, you kind of start at a decent time. You didn't start it in the day, which you can imagine the Tartan Army that don't make it to the US will absolutely be doing on that particular day. So, try to expect 2 a.m. for the game might be a bit of a stretch.
Like you say, the good thing is it is East Coast. Like you get direct flights for Edinburgh, you get direct flights for Glasgow, you have direct flights for London. They bother. Do you know what I mean?
Go to Toronto.
Like, well, that's what I'm saying. You've Toronto, Miami, Boston, New York. Like, in all honesty, it could have been worse in a way. Like, it could have been like the LA side.
Have you looked at the prices of flights?
It's 700 quid.
Yep.
No,
they were 700 quid on the day, but now because you've not booked it quick enough. But they were 700 quid the day after the.
But then you get folk. There was a guy on the radio. One of the presenters at Fourth One, had when Scotland qualified, he took a punt and booked flights to Boston, and got return flights to Boston, 2 weeks apart, for 700 quid. And then the draw got made, the groups got announced, and all the rest of it. And then the very next day, the third party that had booked the flights through, so it'd be like Skyscanner or equivalent, cancelled his booking and said, if you want to go on that flight, you're going to need to rebook. And when he went to rebook, it was now £1,500 for the same flight.
I'm looking new. I can go for.
They're pricing people out of the game. And there was another one that I seen.
They're the cheapest tickets ever. Is it not the cheapest World Cup ever?
No. The tickets for the match might be cheap, Scott. You're 100% right. The tickets for the match might be cheap, but getting there for ordinary people is just ridiculous. I mean, you see these. There's a guy that's over the fucking news because he took £20,000 of credit card debt booking flights to basically every potential destination in America and hotels, and with the knowledge that he was going to cancel most of them. Once he found out where he had to go, he was going to cancel all the places that he didn't have to go. But there was one. I was speaking to Craig, my brother, the other day, and he was saying that something popped up on his Facebook, and it was a package holiday, and it was a ticket for the Haiti game and accommodation for I think 9 nights or something like that, and in the Boston area, and flights per person £3,500.
Oh man, there was a deal I seen the other day. It's like a week. It was like 1,500 quid or something.
That's what I was going to say, Mark. You would be able to do that cheaper if you were of a mind to go hunting and all the rest of it. But it's just the ordinary person is just priced out of the game, just like every other fucking sporting event. I mean, you can't even go to the Open anymore.
Well, the Commonwealth Games are in Glasgow this year, and the cheapest ticket to go and see something's like 200 bone. You know what I mean?
You're 100%. You're right, mate.
You're going to watch folk fall off a diving board, and you're going to spend 200 quid, and you're going to be sitting changing light bulbs in a sauna.
Or you fucked?
Well, it's the same with that thing I was talking about. They were talking about for the World Cup. Okay, now we've got $14 tickets. What they didn't tell you is you've got to have a fucking rock climbing license. You need to train at high altitude for 3 weeks before you can go.
Aye.
The thing I don't see with
imagine some of these fucking Motherwell fans turning up and being made to sit at fucking in row double or row quintuple Z at MetLife Stadium, 17 miles away from the pitch, and hey, where the fuck's all this, mate? Man.
Can he see the game for the birds fleeing below you?
No.
Aye.
I don't know how
the cover is really poor today, boys. So you might get the second half.
Exactly. Fucking unreal, man.
Right. I've been looking at it.
620 quid flights return. Edinburgh direct to New York.
I can get 700 for London and going to Boston.
JFK.
I've looked.
I know JFK is a better sticker rather than in New York, so you can fuck around, but still
you can go away.
You've got to get from New York to Boston.
You just drive.
A train.
Yeah, train. Not bad.
Fuck it, drive it. Sleep in the motor. That's your accommodation, sorry.
Right. Oh,
big truck. with the crew cab bit and the thing on the back. Just
If you're
seating it
that
up.
interested, though, and I think that's what it comes back to. Like,
Nah, it depends on
you
how
know,
much they want to do.
for the people that go out and support like Scotland on a regular basis, they'll be used to all this shit. Like having to go to the Faroe Islands and Malta and fucking wherever the heck it is.
Well, the badges and all their points and everything.
No. Your average Tartan Army member is you know, if you're a Scotland fan, that means you're essentially like a
masochist.
Motherwell fan or a Kilmarnock fan. You can't afford the bus into Glasgow to see Rangers or Celtic. So you're not going to be spending fucking £1,000 to go to America.
100%. That's all they spend their money on. Because I think the amount of money they've saved in season tickets. And bus fares have enough to save up. They're never away. I'd say fuck it. I would just go. You know exactly where I'll no have issues with licensing at 2 o'clock in the morning. Now I was thinking about this when we were away. Lanzarote.
I'll be there.
Benidorm.
That's where I'll be. That's where I'll be for the Brazil
They'll
game.
not have any issues.
Lanzarote.
They'll not have any issues with licensing laws. They're just open all the time. And it'll be you'll be able to get. You'll definitely get a pint of something decent for €5 there.
True that. AB InBev today announced that they are pumping £4 million into a non-alcoholic brewing facility in the south of Wales.
What is that? Juice. They've invented cola.
Obviously,
I'm going to put my new.
It probably goes back to what you were saying, Matt, about the article with Carlin and stuff. The big boys are obviously looking at targeting this lower sector of the market.
I think it's a no-brainer. What you say it's to try and get younger folk in the pub. Like, you know, like if there's stuff that they want to drink and seen as cool or trendy or whatever the heck it is, then like it makes sense, because that's what's going to try and pull folk in. Oh.
That's cool.
Uniform.
Is it? Nice wee for the audio listener. Scottish.
Anheuser-Busch.
Just so you mentioned AB InBev, I thought I better put my uniform on.
Anheuser is German for Schauger.
Aye. Shows your Kyle Busch.
You're fucking unreal tonight.
What? An excellent NASCAR driver.
No, indeed. Right.
Can I talk about this beer that I'm drinking?
Go on then.
For your wee green bottle.
For my wee green bottle. So it's a beer from Fine Ales, their Origins section of the brewery, which is their kind of wild fermented, funky dunky beers. And this one is called Coo, as in on yonder hill there stood a
Coo. So there now.
Yep. And there's paw prints on the bottle because this, despite it being called Coo, it's been labelled as a Basset Hound blended saison. And apparently there's a resident Basset Hound at Fine Ales called Jabba.
The Hut.
Well, aye.
Excellent.
Now, Jabba the Basset Hound was given a choice of 6 barrels to have a wee snifter. And he selected 3 barrels out of the 6, and they blended together the beers and made this.
Now, how did they select? I would love to know how he selected these barrels. Did he pour them? Did he portion them?
The brewers 100% put peanut butter on the 3 that they wanted him to pick, and he picked the 3 they wanted him to pick. Chocolate.
Well, he used his nose and selected the 3 barrels. And this blend includes beer aged in wine and sherry barrels, and it's absolutely spectacular. It's like white wine, floral kind of lavender vibes, and there's oak there, and it's just absolutely superb, really dry, crisp, and
Can't wait
it's
to
just
get my bottle in the post.
aye. Super
But
duper.
it sounds like you're winding up to put it on a spreadsheet. And that means there's got to be 3 other bottles. So that means there's got to be 3 other bottles.
No, but I know I can't. I know it can't go in the spreadsheet because this is the only bottle that I've got. So there may well be others that you can purchase at fine ales, but yeah, it's absolutely delicious.
We need to sort said spreadsheet at some point. Lol.
That's another job. Once you're done with the big beer bash, you can get you can go onto the spreadsheet.
I've got that. Well, the only other thing I'd written down, which I think I don't know how jog my memory at the start, was have you seen the new Guinness place and it's opened up in London?
Aye, what a fucking nonsense that is, eh? It's like I don't understand that. Come on, Ireland's favourite beer, so we'll let you come to the experience, and that's the whole selling point behind going to Dublin was to go to the Guinness storehouse in Dublin because that's the only place you could experience it. No, what we'll do is I know they've got one in Chicago. Pretty sure they've got one in Chicago. And now they've got one in London or not.
So the daft thing about it is, I'm pretty sure for this, from memory, it's called the Open Gate, I think, and they're actually not even brewing actual Guinness there.
No, why would you just bring it up?
They're just bringing it up. What they are brewing is
for every Ryanair flight you
they are brewing Pilsners and other bits there, but they're not brewing actual Guinness there, which if you're going there for a Guinness experience, that's maybe the thing I want to see is actual Guinness being made, and it's a part of the fucking experience.
It caters to fucking tourists that
didn't give a tourists in particular.
Do you know, it's like cockends that go to Pitlochry and buy a St Andrews jumper, or
going to
the Harry Potter shop on Pitlochry High Street. Pitlochry got today with Harry Potter.
I'm not going to go to Edinburgh. Come to Edinburgh or you come to London. I'm definitely not going to make it to Dublin, but I can still go and do the Guinness experience. So, I did the Guinness experience when I was in Europe, or I went to the UK or whatever. I did the Guinness experience. Or did you go to Dublin? Was it good? No, I never bothered. I just did it in London. That's shite.
It's not the same.
It's not the same at all. And also there's the other key ingredient.
Waffle.
Exactly. It's the key. I went to had some great churros at the Eiffel Tower. Get the fuck.
Tell you what's good in Berlin. See their paella. Their paella in Berlin is fucking to die for.
Never away for the spare ribs in fucking Munich. It's
Peking crispy duck.
Aye. It's two ingredients. You need one. It needs to be Dublin, and 2, you need American tourists in Dublin to give you free tokens.
Aye.
For additional beers at the top bar, at the Gravity Bar.
Indeed.
And you'll not get that in London. The misers. No. The misers will. They'll all use their own token.
Yes, they will.
100%.
Yes, they will.
But it's the same with it. I mean, Brewdog tried it or not. I mean, fuck. Or they are still trying. Get the fuck. Doing fucking Brewdog in London.
That's in the train station though. What the Waterloo one?
Anywhere. Just stop putting them in places they're not meant to be. It's fucking meant to be for Aberdeen. Edinburgh was a stretch technically.
So you've got that. That was the only other bit I had written down. So if there's anything else you want to add to the evening's proceedings, feel free.
Just did you see? There was a restaurant charged fucking the owner Ryanair for extra legroom in the restaurant on his actual bill. So that was quite funny.
Absolutely genius.
Extra legroom and an additional service charge or something like that. It was but it was like checked baggage fee or something like that. Added on his bill. Quite funny. 100% he would have quibbled it as well.
I know something else on it. It was like, oh, can I order a? He ordered a drink, and then it was like three quid, and then it was like, all right, you need to pay for a glass. You need to pay for ice.
Additional charge.
That'll be 12 quid.
Straw.
Aye. I'm sorry, the ice doesn't fit in the glass. You need to
What
upgrade
do
your
you
glass.
You want me to open the can for you?
Aye. Good stuff. As always, if you listen or watch, make sure you subscribe, hit that ding-a-ling-a-ling to be notified of every single episode. Stay tuned to Instagram and make sure you've voted. If you're listening to this, it's probably already done. If you're a Patreon member, you'll hear it before then. So I appreciate you guys. Show your support by giving us 5 stars, as I mentioned. And patreon.com/Beer Fridge Podcast to become an official Fridge Magnet. As always, for myself and the guys, till next time. Cheerio.
Bye.